the back to the source, and that is the major key of we are going to talk today. This is all the religious and all the practice, all the philosophy, all the they're talking about. Where do we come from, and how do we going to go back to the source? That's all. That is the key. Okay, and so the whole Tao practice are much more emphasized in back to the nature. Okay, so that is the first step of the practice. But the whole Tao practice are based on so much self-cultivation. And the self-cultivation are based on, number one, you learn how to love yourself. And when you love yourself so deep inside you, you started to discover that, oh, I have to love another one. And that is the most precious thing in my life. That is my soul and the spirit. If you learn how to love yourself and learn how to love your soul and the spirit, now you started to learn how to love other people, and you started to learn how to love the nature, and you started to learn how to connect and love the universe. Without that, I don't see any point at all. Any point we are doing here. So many people have so much philosophy, so much theory, so much, but they never actually know how to take care of themselves, know how to love themselves and love their soul and spirit. The organ are breaking down. We call our body is what? The temple of who? Of God. But if your temple are breaking down and you try to build the temple outside, I don't know what you're doing here for. Okay? Your temple have a big hole in the roof. And the raining day, ปิดพัดลมนี่ So you have a hole in your temple. I don't know how you're going to do anything for anybody in the whole world. Okay. So the whole key, if you learn how to love yourself, learn how to know and love your soul and spirit, now the knowledge, the wisdom, the enlightenment, and God will come in. Because we are the mini universe. When you know your universe, you know the bigger universe. That is where we're going to back for. So how? So the whole theme is how we back to the source. Okay. So that is the whole theme that we are. So the first step, where do we come from? There's so much theory in the world. I only can share you what I learned and what I know. And after 45 years of teaching, okay, and we go to the West about 35 years, and I discovered some simple thing, and agree with a lot of scientists discover, okay? And that, I think that's it. Tao is the nature, and all the science discover is the nature. Okay, that's all. So that's why Einstein said, when he nearly the end of life, he said, "I just like a child playing on the beach and discover so many little shell, stone, rock, crystal, right on the beach. How many are there? Okay? It discovered that. That's all. All the nature discover. So if you cannot discover yourself, how can you discover the universe? That is a very simple thing. If you don't love yourself and you can't even know you have a soul and spirit, and that is the first enlightenment, you're not even past that. The first enlightenment is what? What is the first enlightenment? Number one, you have a soul and a spirit. That's the number one. Yes or no? And how can you discover that? When you turn inwardly, understand yourself, love yourself, that's number one. And when you love yourself, you know how to love your soul and spirit. And number two was the enlightenment. When you know your soul and spirit is a baby soul and baby spirit. What happened now? Huh? When a mother has baby, what it turn the mother? I want to love my baby. And to love my baby, I must what? I must love myself. Why? Why? Because if I sick, what happened? Baby sick and who don't take care of baby? So when you love the baby, you have to love yourself. And now when you know you have a baby, there's second enlightenment. You have a baby soul and baby spirit. And when you know you want to take care of the baby, you want to love the baby, and you want to grow the baby, and you want to educating the baby until they grow up, that is the third enlightenment. Important or not important? Very important. Once you understand this, the rest of the theory, the rest of the philosophy is not that important anymore. Why? I have to raise my baby. I have no time to listen to everybody's philosophy. It's crazy on me, okay? I just want to keep and raise my baby, and I want to make sure what? Me is what? I'm healthy enough, strong enough to take care of my baby. And that's what the Tao are doing. The Tao always talk about Qigong, Qi. Why would we have Qigong? Because Qi is life force. That's all. So out of the practice, I think the Tao are very direct. And I don't care about how many people are going to understand it or not. I'm going to continue preaching this another 20, 30, 40 years, I don't know. I will do it. That's all. I don't know how you're going to be doing, how much you know knowledge if you don't start it to love yourself. Now, loving yourself is so much practice in the Tao. We start with what? Inner mind, know your body, know your organ, and love yourself. And now, the next thing, so the whole thing is, how can you love yourself, and how can you go back to the source? Where we come from, that's the first where we come, and how we're going to go back to the source. And this is the theory of many theory, okay? And I only can share you what I know. I remember 50, 60 years ago when I studied with my, 55 years ago, when I studied with my master. And all I remember, he always tell me that violet light. In Chinese, we say, 紫气东来. The violet light comes from the east. And I asked them, a lot of them, they said, Lao Tzu comes from the east. And I said, okay, it must be Lao Tzu have a very connecting with the violet light. Whenever he go, the violet light come. That's all. Okay? So the whole key is the violet light. And I don't understand. And my master said 2 words. And it took me 45 years to understand that. The violet light is the light we are working with. And the highest light. And the soul and the spirit is an intelligent energy. I never understand it 45 years ago, teaching, and I search and search. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Until when the West published this. And the West, they say, hey, we know this many 100 years ago, but we don't know how to prove it. We know the whole universe have violet light, and we know that a quantum connect physics. The whole universe are all interconnecting. Now the scientists discovered this a long time, and they don't know what to prove it. So finally, they take 1 million picture, and the testing in the Geneva. And when they make 2 particles bang together, boom, the violet light come up, poof, and exactly this picture. But they say, oh my God, we have already 1 million pictures of this. So they say, okay. So they sum up simple. The sum up simple thing is what? And that is what I understand all this. The sum up is the whole universe are covered with violet light. And they're interconnecting together like our brain. It should be seen. Our brain are like the interconnecting of the universe. So they're all interconnecting together like a net. We say what? World Wide Web. That right? We should say the universal World Wide Web. That's it. The whole cosmos World Wide Web. It covers the whole entire universe. And the most important thing is what they say. This interconnecting condensed violet light, they have intelligence. If that makes sense to you or not make sense? So now I sitting there, I look at it and I say, oh my God. My master told me that the soul and the spirit have intelligence. And now the West said, this interconnecting universe, cosmic, universal, worldwide web, they condense. So every dot like this here, every dot, it have intelligence. And they're interconnecting together. And now they say, hey, they must have intelligence because they are controlling and making the universe in law and order. Yes or no? Do you believe that? Hello? You believe that? If you believe that, the rest of the question is so simple now. Where we come from. Now, one more thing, another report. There are always some kind of connection creating all the time. There's some kind of connection always creating all the time. But then it's just like like this kind of very weak connection. They're always creating all the time. And they say that is what? That is a violet light that have intelligence, which is a newborn connector. It's a newborn connecting, okay? And the newborn connecting is just like a beginning of the new soul and the spirit. You see, you believe that? There happen all the time a newborn intelligence creating, okay? But they have one rule. One simple rule, setting down. The one that creating a newborn connecting, they need to require more intelligence and grow up and can become part of the connector in the universe. Or we call the immortal, the attained one, the ascending one, and we say, I want to be one with the universe. Yes? I want to be oneness with God. I want to be part of the universe. So if you can go back to where you from, this is the place. And where you go back for what? You can be part of the cosmos universal world wide web. Yes? Yes or no? You happy or not happy? You're going back to the cosmos universe wide web. How you go back? You born with a connect, but you never learn how to connect. Because somebody said, you have to connect to me, and I connecting to the God. Without me, you are nothing. Now, so the rules are very simple. The newborn soul and spirit or newborn intelligence happen. If we say, no, this cannot be. A newborn intelligence is the soul and spirit. But to me, yes. To you, if you accept it, okay, we can talk on the next thing easier. If not, it's still okay with me. And nothing wrong with you, okay? Nothing wrong with you. Now, the newborn soul and spirit, they have one requirement. They need to grow up, and they need to be what? Educated, and have the knowledge and wisdom, we call enlightenment. And now when they grow up and have educated, what they do? They can go back to the source and apply for a job. If you have knowledge and wisdom and grow up and you apply for a job, and when they accept you, you have a what? How long you going to have that job? Huh? Forever. You believe that? You believe that? Is that your goal or not? If your goal, now they come look at we. You have this intelligent energy? Yes or no? Yes. You have this intelligent energy? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. If you have it, now in the Tao say, hey, listen. You have this one, it comes from there, and this intelligence is a baby soul and baby spirit. Right? So now you say, oh my God, how can I love my soul and the spirit and give them all I have? Money, energy, time, love, educated. How can I give them all? That is the first love of yourself and the baby. Love yourself and love your soul and spirit. And that is all the cultivation of all what you're going to practice in here. I don't know. That is the key. You believe me, now we understand how we're going to go back to the source. Now, if you are not educated and not grow up, baby soul and baby spirit is energy. Energy have what principle? Energy cannot be what? Destroyed. Right? So a baby soul and baby spirit, they cannot be destroyed. But if you don't feed them with what? What the babies, they are energy, and you have to feed them in what? Huh? They are chi. And what you have to feed them? Feed them with chi. They are energy, what do you have to feed them? So you put a big steak on the soul spirit. Hey, today I buy you a big gourmet steak. I think you're going to enjoy it. And the soul spirit has no mouth, no stomach, no digestion system, no digestion system, no absorption system, no elimination system. And you look at it, oh, I want that, but I don't know how to do it because I have no stomach, I have no small intestine, and no large intestine. I don't know how to do it. Right? And who can do that? Our physical can do that. Right? You know, if you take the esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, spleen, pancreas out, and you take the small intestine out, and you take the large intestine out, what you left? Nothing there. Nothing there. The most important part of the digestive system is what? Take the food, amazing or not, digest them into our energy and into nano state, and the small intestine absorb it, and it bring them to the cells, and the cell take the nutrition, take the oxygen, and combustion, boom. Now we get energy, chi. That's it. Now chi have so many levels. We need to refine them in order able to feeding into the soul and the spirit. That is the only way I practice here. If you understand this, not much thing to do. Just learn how to digest the food. And now you learn how to digest the food. Once you have the basic food, now you can draw in the cosmos force. And now we have more forces. And we can learn how to feed our soul spirit. You get the point? So now we understand we have a soul, and we know we have a baby soul, and you determine you want to raise your soul and spirit. Now the next enlightenment is what? Find a practice can really show you how to do it. That's all. Finished. Okay? Now enlightenment and wisdom, you know so much. Where is the wisdom? From the space. All the planets, all the stars are holding more knowledge and wisdom than any university we have here. When you connect to them and you download, now they're thinking of children education. because the whole thing is going to change in the future, okay? And all you do is get the children know how to read, know how to write, and know how to use the thumb. That's all. That's it. When they know how to read and write and whatever, you ask them any question, in second, they get an answer for you. And now they have the infrared and the goggle. You know? Okay. You ask them anything, they just speak one word, poof, the answer come back. Now, the whole knowledge there. That is how in the future is everything connect. So when it makes say the cloud knowledge is lesser than the knowledge that's stored in the moon. The cloud knowledge is lesser than any planet that we have. Because they're gathering all the universal knowledge in there. And all we have to do is we connect and we download how much you want. That is the knowledge and wisdom. Okay, but you need to learn the basic thing. I learn every system. I want to know every system. And what that I say, oh, this is good. I know it. It's very useful for me. This is no. I don't believe it. I don't even care about it. That's it. That's all. That is you have because you know yourself. When you know yourself, you love yourself. When you know your soul and spirit is intelligent one. When you grow them up, they will connect and download themselves. When you get a boy or girl grow up, give them the iPad, don't worry about them. Leave me alone. It is a big problem with the children now. Leave me alone. So you have to keep on saying, hey, play something more knowledge. Learn how to download information. Learn how to where you are, where you're going to eat, what you're going to do, what thing is good, what thing is bad, how to choose them, and how to search and how to get the rating and everything. Now, the children, when they get that in their life, they're so simple. And that is the universe. Now when we grow up with our soul and spirit now and you educate them and they grow back up, they know the basic information and know how to read and write. Now they know how to acquire more information. And they know how to acquire more knowledge and wisdom. That is the goal.